Hi guys, welcome to YOGALATES with SJ and to this 30-minute workout for women in menopause. So this is a beautiful full body and mind soul practice that you can do absolutely anywhere with no equipment, and we are just going to be using the body weight here. It's going to be very low impact, nice and gentle, and we are going to allow everything to just come to a little bit more of a balance. So when you're ready, just taking a seat on the floor or on your mat and just finding a comfortable cross-legged position. And then taking a deep breath in as you bring the shoulders up towards the ears, and exhale as you release the shoulders down the back. Just taking a few moments here and starting to breathe a little more deeply. And then you are sweeping your left arm up, placing the hand to the outside of the head, and then starting to gaze up towards the right, and then gazing down underneath that left armpit. And we're keeping this going. So just keeping that length into the spine here, and shoulders are relaxed. You've got a relaxed jaw, all the corners of the mouth relaxing. Just allowing everything to find a really nice stretch here through the side of the neck, and relaxing the muscles of the face. You're not placing weight down through the hand. It's more of a soft, relaxed hand onto the side of the head here. Beautiful. We're finding beautiful rotation too here into the neck, but also a little bit into the top of the spine. And then we're coming all the way over to the other side. So sweeping the right arm up and placing the hand to the outside of the head. And we are gazing underneath the right armpit. And then as you inhale, gazing up towards the left. Keeping this going, finding your breath, connecting into the movement here, just bringing your mind to notice that sensation through the back of the neck, the side of the head, side of the neck. You might notice a slight difference on one side to the other. And then we're floating the arm all the way down and just rolling the shoulders up, releasing the shoulders down the back. Let's just do a few of those. So just a few shoulder rolls backwards. Inhale, bringing the shoulders up. Exhale, releasing the shoulders down. And inhale, bringing those shoulders up. Exhale, releasing them down. Beautiful. And then on your next inhale, we're just starting to twist over to place the left hand to the outside of the right knee, gazing over the right shoulder and just finding length here. Inhale as you let the head come back, but staying here with the twist. And then exhale as you let the gaze go back over the shoulder. Inhale, lengthening up even more. Exhale, letting the head twist to gaze over the left shoulder and then the right. Beautiful. Keeping that length into the spine. Pelvis is heavy. Outer thighs heavy. Keeping your core softly engaged. And then inhale as you bring the head all the way back through center. Exhale, let's come over to the other side. So you're floating the right hand to come to the outside of the left knee, gazing over that left shoulder. Inhale, lengthening up. Exhale as you let the head come back around, gazing over the right shoulder. Inhale, coming back through center. Exhale, gazing over the left shoulder. Just keeping this going as you find a really beautiful rotation here into the back of the neck, as well as twisting into the waist, finding your breath, relaxing the shoulders, relaxing the elbows, relaxing the fingers, the palms, the wrists, and then coming back through center, sweeping the arm up, and we are coming up and over to that right side, and then inhale, coming back through center, and then exhale as you float over to the other side. Left fingertips come down as you sweep the right arm up, gazing up underneath that armpit. Inhale, coming all the way up. Exhale, cartwheel over. And flowing with this in your own time with your breath, really feeling into this, how it feels in your body, and really tuning into what your body needs with this. It might be to gaze up towards the hand as you start to come over to one side. It might be to flow freely. It might be to slow everything down. So feeling that really nice length through the side waist. We're grounding the hips down, grounding the pelvis down. So we're only moving through the upper body, finding a really beautiful stretch through the side body. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, coming over. Beautiful. Inhale, floating up. Exhale, floating over. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, let's stay here, rolling the shoulders up, releasing the shoulders down. A few shoulder rolls backwards. Maybe a sigh out the mouth, just letting go of any tension here. And then you're bringing your hands onto the kneecap, starting to round the spine, chin to chest. And then inhale as you start to come back up to a neutral. And exhale, belly button to spine, chin to chest. And inhale as you find that neutral spine, lengthening up, and exhale, rounding back, belly button to spine, tucking the tailbone, reaching the fingertips forward, and then coming all the way back up to that neutral spine. So we're not bringing the heart all the way forward, we're just coming up to lengthen up through the spine, almost as though you are stacking the vertebra so that you are finding that beautiful long line from the tailbone all the way up to the sky. Nice work. Keeping the shoulders relaxed, keeping the jaw relaxed, keeping the outer thighs relaxed, inner thighs, groin, toes, feet, ankles. Beautiful. And we are staying here. Coming back through center and just bringing the chin to chest, just circling the head all the way around in one direction. Just super slowly here, keeping it going in this direction. Letting all of the muscles of the face, the eye sockets, the eyelids, the eyelashes, the space between the eyebrows relax down. The eyebrows, the shoulders are sinking down towards the earth. The elbows are relaxed. The hands are soft onto your knees or onto the legs. Fingertips relaxing. And then going back the other way when you're ready. Finding those beautiful circles, connecting this with your breath. So inhale as you slowly come all the way around. Exhale as you start to go back around again. Seeing if you can slow the breath down even more as you slow the movement down. Feeling into the back of the neck. Nice. Coming back through center, guys. When you're starting to come all the way to the hands and knees. And then we are lowering down onto the forearms and lowering the front side of the pelvis all the way down onto your mat and allowing the forehead to come down onto your mat. Bringing the hands to be next to the shoulders and just letting the legs go long, top of the feet connected to your mat. Finding maybe a little wiggle here through the pelvis. And then on an inhale, we're going to start to press down into the pubic bone, the top of the feet, and slowly start to lift up, using your core to lift the forehead up off the mat. So your gaze is straight down, shoulders away from the ears, and then exhale as you float back down. Inhale, coming up, pressing into the pubic bone, the top of the feet, and not using the hands, using the core and floating back down. A couple more of these. So really feeling that connection of your core to lift you up, rather than using your arm strength or using your hands to press down. Making sure you're not lifting the chin up. We don't want to bring any tension into the neck. You're just finding that gaze straight down and floating back down, allowing the forehead to come all the way down. Beautiful. Maybe you might find yourself coming up a little bit higher this time, and then we are starting to bring the feet out a little bit wider, about hip distance apart, and allowing the forehead to be down onto the mat, softness into the fingers, the elbows, and then you're lifting the forehead up and reaching the arms forward, and then lowering the forehead back down onto your mat. And then we are just starting to find a comfortable position here of the front side of the pelvis, so creating some nice space there. Bringing the left hand to be placed next to the head, and then you are pressing into that hand, and you are going to start to hover the forehead up off of the mat, lifting the left leg up using your glute, and then with control starting to use your core to roll you over and opening up through that left side of the arm, and then you are using your core muscles to control the movement to come all the way back over. to your belly. So we are now coming to the right side, so you're pressing into the right hand. Gaze lifts, lifting the right leg up, using your glute on that side, using your core to roll you all the way over, opening up through that right front side of the shoulder, and then sweeping the arm all the way around again, and using your core muscles to slowly release you back to your starting point. We're just keeping this going from side to side. So as you do this, you guys, I really want you to slow this down and just using your core rather than momentum with this. So really connecting into those core muscles, closing the ribs, and using your breath as well. And also your glute. So as you lift that leg up, you're squeezing into the glute on that side, and you are using that power there from the glute and the core to bring you all the way over and opening up through the front side of the heart, the shoulder. This should feel really nice as well. You might even find a few little kind of kinks coming out as you do this through the spine. Beautiful for the spine as well. Just making sure you've got length through the back of the neck so you aren't lifting the chin up and you aren't really tucking the chin down. You've just got this really nice long line from the back of the neck all the way down through the rest of the spine. So good, you guys. Slowing it down. Using your core muscles, really connecting here into your core, into your glutes, getting into all of those really important things while we're also really calming the nervous system and allowing the body to start to feel safe. So lowering cortisol, the stress hormones, and just allowing everything to find some balance, finding everything connecting, the body, the mind, the heart, the soul, everything here in this 30-minute workout. Working at your own pace and with what feels good. The shoulders away from the ears, so we aren't bringing the shoulders really up towards the top of the head. You're kind of drawing those shoulders down the back and not locking through the elbows either, so really finding some softness into the elbows and using your muscles rather than your joints to activate all of these things. Nice. Now we're just coming all the way back through center, bringing the hands next to the shoulders, and you're just lifting up again and then lowering back down. Forehead comes down onto the mat. Gaze straight down, length through the back of the neck. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, floating down. Inhale, coming up. Baby cobra. Exhale as you float back down. Inhale, using your core to lift you up. Exhale as you lower back down, trying to be really light through the fingers. Nice. And then next time you come up, we're just starting to press all the way through, pressing the hips back and coming to a tabletop position. Tucking the toes under here, so seeing if you can bring the little toe as well as the big toe to tuck under, and all of the rest of the toes. You're just starting to tuck the tailbone under, and then you are starting to sit back towards the heels with that tailbone tucked, and then shifting forward to a neutral spine, and then tucking the tailbone under as you start to sit back towards the heels again. Softness into the elbows, keeping length through the back of the neck. So you've got your gaze straight down and then using your core to draw you forward, coming back to that neutral spine again. Tucking the tailbone under as you start to press the hips back, and then inhale as you shift forward back to that neutral. Nice, you guys. This should also feel really, really nice as well through the low back. Shoulders are pressing away from the ears here. You don't want to lock out through those elbows. Nice. Now this time we're starting to just find a little C shape into the waist. So you're bringing the right elbow towards the right knee and gazing over that shoulder, and then coming to the other side. So the left elbow comes towards the left knee. Nice. Just keeping a neutral spine here. A little bit of movement through the waist. Relaxing the muscles of the face. Relaxing the belly, but at the same time keeping a very soft kind of engagement, closing the ribs. And then we're just starting to find that tuck of the tailbone under as you start to just keep this going. So you're tucking the tailbone this time, and you can just rock a little bit from side to side through the head if you want to, anything that feels good. And then keeping that tailbone tuck, starting to sit back towards the heels, and then shifting forward, coming back to your tabletop. And then you are starting to sit back towards the heels, finding child's pose. So you can either bring the knees to come out to the wide edges of your mat with the big toes together, or you might just have the feet together and the knees together and just letting the belly soften onto the top of the legs. Softness into the elbows, relaxing the fingers into your mat, just letting the forehead come down wherever feels good. Just finding some really, really deep breaths here into the belly, so expanding the belly and exhale out. Nice. And then just staying with this, we're just coming to shift forward onto the forearms. Gaze is straight down, and then you are starting to shift back towards the heels. So we are keeping a very, very nice long line here as you shift forward. So it's just pressing forward from the hips, and then you are shifting the tailbone to come back towards the heels, really lengthening that tailbone out towards the back of your mat. And then inhale, using your core muscles to gently shift you forward, and then exhale as you start to find that lengthening back again. Trying to keep softness into the shoulders, the elbows, the hands. Even though you'll be feeling this probably in the shoulders, we're getting some strength here into the arms, shoulders. Nice, but at the same time, really finding that nice connection to the core, to the spine. Nice, and then coming all the way back through center, staying here, guys. We're just tucking the tailbone under, bringing the chin to chest, pressing the mat away, shoulders come away from the ears, and staying here, taking a deep breath in, full breath out, keeping that rounding of the spine, letting the head be really, really heavy, releasing tension out the top of the head, and then inhale as you start to just gaze straight down at your mat, finding that neutral spine, and then exhale as you round the spine again, chin to chest, tucking the tailbone under, pressing the mat away, using the shoulders to kind of press down rather than through the wrists here. And then inhale, coming back to your neutral, length through the back of the neck, gazing straight down. Exhale, rounding the spine, chin to chest. Flowing with this as much as you want to. You might even move into more of a cat-cow with this if you want to do that, or just staying with this, coming back to your neutral spine. Nice. We're just starting to bump the hips over to the left and then to the right. So keeping everything else really, really still. So you've just got your gaze straight down, and you are lengthening through the back body, but you're just moving through those hips here. So it's just a bump over to the left side, then to the right. It's almost as though you're kind of lengthening the tailbone back towards one heel and then the other. Nice. And then that final one here, and coming back through center. And then we're starting to draw up from the core. You're going to start to roll all the way up to a kneeling position, releasing the shoulders down, the back, palms open forward to the front of your mat. And then you are stepping the left foot out, and you are finding your balance here. Inhale as you lengthen that right arm up and over, left fingertips come down to that left side, and then you are sweeping the left arm up towards the sky, right fingertips come down towards the earth. So just keeping this going. So we are finding this really nice, beautiful long line through the side waist. As you come up through center, lengthening the fingertips out to the side, so you're finding this really, really nice balance through the shoulders. So both shoulders are in the same line. Your hands are in that same line as well. And you are really using your core to drive this. So the core lifts you all the way up, and you keep that core connection as you come back through center, and then you come up and over to the side, flowing over, and just making sure that you're kind of pressing into the outside edge of that left foot, so we're not locking out through the knee on that left side. And then finding that final one, coming all the way back through center, and let's come to the other side. So the right foot comes out, and the arch of the foot is facing in towards you and flowing with this side. Right arm sweeps all the way up and coming back through center, using your core muscles, closing the ribs, and then coming up and over to that left side. Shoulders away from the ears, softness into the jaw, finding a little bit more length each time. So we're strengthening, we're lengthening, we are breathing, we are allowing the metabolism as well to start to really find a beautiful place to be, speeding things up a little bit. Nice. And coming back through center and coming up and over to the other side. Seeing if you can keep the hips nice and square, keeping everything still through the lower body. So we're really just working into the waist here, the shoulders, the core, and coming up, coming here to stay here. Nice. Let's just stay with this, bringing that leg back in, and then we're just taking opposite elbow with opposite hand, and then just letting the arms come up over the head, and then starting to release the arms down. So floating the arms down, inhale, sweeping the arms up, and then exhale as you take opposite elbow with opposite hand. Inhale, lengthening back up, exhale, floating the arms all the way down. Nice work, you guys. Now we're going to step the left foot forward. We want to have the left knee in line with the left ankle, and then you are starting to come up and right fingertips come to the inside of that right foot as you lengthen the left fingertips up, gazing up, and then using your core to draw you back up, reaching the arms up, and then coming all the way back down, finding that length up towards the sky, and then drawing back up, using your core, using your glutes as well to lift you up. So we're not bringing any pressure into the knee here. You want to have your weight even through that left foot, but at the same time we also don't want that knee to go forward of the toes, and we are just trying to use our core, use the glute to kind of drive this. Nice. When you're ready, we're coming all the way back down and just starting to heel toe that foot out a little bit wider, creating a bit of space for the pelvis. Just finding a little stretch here, and then you're starting to let the foot come back through center, so the hands are framing that front foot, lifting the toes towards the face, letting the head come down towards the knee as you lengthen out through the back of that leg, and then inhale, bending through the knee as you shift forward, placing the foot back down onto the mat, letting the hips come forward, finding a really beautiful stretch here into the front side of the leg, and then the back of the leg, the glute, the hamstring. We're not locking out through the knee as we come back, so we're really just pressing the hips back and just working at your own range. You might flow really quite slowly with this and really connect into all of these muscles. Or if you feel to, of course, you can go a little bit faster, just making sure that you do really connect your mind to the muscles that we're working here and really feel into the stretching sensation as well. Nice. And coming all the way forward, and we're staying here. Heel toe that foot out a little bit wider, and let's come all the way to a seated position, and you're just starting to cross the left back of the left knee to cross over the right knee, and then you're just bringing the feet to come to either side of the hips, and we are just rolling the shoulders up, releasing the shoulders down, finding a circle of the head all the way around in one direction, then the other. You want to be sitting up really tall out of the pelvis here and having both glutes on your mat, so you're really even with this. Inhale as you sweep the arms up, exhale as you bring the hands down, and then you're hinging forward at the hips, just starting to walk the hands forward, lengthening out through the back of the neck, shoulders are away from the ears, and then just starting to soften all the way down, bringing the head towards the knees. Maybe the chin might rest on the top of the knee as you start to just let the belly soften and relax, allowing everything to relax down here, grounding the hips down. So you're finding that sort of oppositional feeling of the tailbone lengthening towards the back, as you find the rest of the body lengthening forward. Nice. As you inhale, we're coming all the way up, twisting to the left side, and then coming back through center, twisting to the right side. And then we're going to come all the way over to do the other side. So right foot steps forward, inhale as you come up, exhale as you bring the left hand down and the right fingertips go up, and keeping this going. So we really want to make sure we're kind of keeping the hips square to the front of your mat. So we're really just twisting from the belly button up. The shoulders are away from the ears, and again that knee is not going forward of the toes. So you've got the knee as much as possible in line with the ankle, and you are really using your glutes, using your core to draw you up, and then keeping that connection as you come down. Nice. And then let's come all the way down to find that hamstring stretch. So just starting to frame the front foot, toes lift towards the face, and you're untucking the back toes and bringing the head down towards the knee, pressing the hips back and releasing here. And then inhale as you start to press forward from the hips, and then exhale as you press the hips back again, lifting the toes towards the face. And inhale, shifting forward, belly button to spine, and exhale as you start to press the hips back, lifting the toes, finding length through the arms, softness into the elbows. Inhale, shifting forward, making sure that knee's not going forward of the toes. Exhale as you bring the head to knee, lifting those toes. Nice work. Let's come over to cross the back of that right knee to cross over the top of the left knee, and then using your hands just to bring the feet in to come to the side of each hip. And we are finding that connection of the pelvis down, lengthening the arms up. Inhale, exhale as you float the arms down, rolling the shoulders. Inhale, sweeping the arms up. Exhale as you start to hinge forward at the hips, walking the hands forward, letting the forehead come down, allowing everything to completely relax here. Softness into the elbows, toes relaxing, ankles, finding that lengthening back of the tailbone. At the same time, the head is heavy, the shoulders are relaxing, elbows, tummy muscles. Awesome. When you're ready, just starting to roll all the way back up, and exhale as you release the shoulders down. Inhale, sweeping the arms up, and exhale, bringing the hands back down. Now you are starting to bring the soles of the feet onto your mat. You've got your knees bent, and you are holding on to either the back of the knees or the front side of the knees, and you are using your core to hold you here, pressing the belly button back towards the spine as you bring your chin to chest, rounding the spine. And then as you inhale, just starting to use your core to draw you all the way back up to a neutral. So the gaze lifts coming up, and exhale, chin to chest, belly button back towards the spine. Inhale as you find length again, rolling back up. Exhale as you start to find that tailbone tucking under, and belly button comes back towards the spine. So you're not really using your hands here, you're using your core muscles to guide this. So as you bring the belly button back towards the spine, just feeling that deep connection, and then using your core muscles to start to lift and lengthen up as you come back up, keeping softness into the elbows and softness into the jaw. No tension in the back of the neck, no tension in the muscles of the face. Nice. And then next time you come up, we're just starting to bring the soles of the feet together, letting the knees fall out wide, coming to a seated butterfly position, and we're folding forward. So folding from the hips and allowing the belly to relax. The forehead can come down towards the feet. Just allowing everything to soften and relax down. Taking some really beautiful cleansing breaths to finish off. Breathing deeply in as you feel the belly expand, and then exhale, 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 releasing, 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 letting it go. Thank you so much for joining me. This was beautiful to practice with you and to do this workout with you. If you enjoyed it and haven't already, feel free to subscribe to the channel for more free yoga videos as well as Pilates and home workouts that are specifically designed for women. So I would love to have you join if you are not already subscribed. And also let me know in the comments of anything that you might like to see on the channel or any feedback or comments that you have. I would love to hear from you. Have a great day and I will see you again soon.